Pandemic. We hear so much about that. The pandemic of pessimism might be more dangerous than COVID-19. Perhaps you've picked up on this point, that our planet is plagued with a pandemic of poisonous pessimism. The popular perception of painful or perturbing problems is pathogenically paralyzing. The predominant population places pessimism on a pedestal. That's a little ridiculous, I know, but it makes a point. We've got a problem, and we get to address it here and now. As a professional psychologist, I've got to tell you, in my experience, negativity is one of the primary causes for depression and anxiety. The way our mind processes our experience determines how we feel. And I've shared in that model that evaluation or judgment is the first part of that process, and then creation is the second part. They both have an effect on our mental health. And when we get into negative evaluations of our life, we experience depression. It causes depression. It gives rise to the feelings and the symptoms that accompany depression. That's why negativity is so dangerous. On the other hand, creation. Creation is all about what is to be. It doesn't even exist yet. We haven't created it yet. And have you noticed that we're not very good at predicting how you doing next week? You don't know. You've got something to do with it. Please don't forget that. But you don't know. So all you can do is imagine or predict or expect or anticipate what is to be. And when we do that in a negativity mindset, we expect or predict or anticipate that what's coming is bad or worse than what we've already got. You don't know, but when you predict or expect that, that creates anxiety. Folks, this is 30 years of clinical experience in a nutshell. When we do a negative evaluation of our life now, we experience depression. When we do a negative prediction of our life to come, we experience anxiety. It happens very predictably. Go give it a try if you're not sure. But I think you already know through your own experience that this is true. When we take a position, when we choose a position, that this is bad, whatever it is that we're dealing with, this is negativity, right? Poisonous pessimism. And from that position, when we conclude that what's coming is even worse than what we've already got, that's the negative creation mode. We create a sense of depression, desperation, hopelessness. Hopelessness. I have to say something about that because it is the number one emotional correlate to suicidal thinking and suicidal behavior. Hopelessness has been shown in the clinical literature to be the primary, predominant emotional feeling that people feel when they become suicidal. This is why I said earlier that this may well be a worse pandemic than COVID-19. I was doing some research in preparation for this video with you here today, and I found that suicide is the number 3 leading cause of death worldwide. That's when you combine all of the diseases as number 1. We still have heart disease and cancer and COVID-19. These diseases are lumped together, and then accidental death is second, suicide is third. It's first in some localities. It's second in other localities or among certain age groups, but third globally. That's a big deal. And it comes in ahead of COVID-19. Interesting. So we have to pay attention to this as a serious health concern. Negativity is stealing people's lives, and we have to take it seriously as a result. Before I share with you a couple of brain hacks that are going to help us to counteract this pandemic of poisonous pessimism, would you please take the time to forward this video to that person you just thought about who could really use this? You know someone who is trapped in negativity, don't you? Share the positivity with them. I'll help you. Share the video. Let's counteract that negative evaluation that has us thinking our situation is bad. Is it? It's only bad compared to something better. Notice that, and let's do a little brain hack that will get us into a positive evaluation of what it is. This is a gratitude exercise. Now, we've all done gratitude exercises before. I want to give you a power up to this that will absolutely change the game. I call it 25-5. For the next 5 days, that's the 5 part, you make a written list of 25 things for which you are sincerely grateful. And don't pretend you have to be grateful for it to put it on the list. Don't repeat anything on tomorrow's list that was on today's list. Okay? Be creative. Let's stretch a little bit. Now, here's what powers it up. At least half of your list, that's 13 if you're doing the math, at least half every day is about your hard stuff. Okay? Something that is difficult, painful, frustrating, annoying, hard. Have you got something? Because if you don't, we can get you something. Pick something from your hard list and find something inside of that for which you are sincerely grateful. Okay? Every hard thing has some hidden gems in it. You go look around and see what they are. Dig into it. You'll find them if you ask your mind to go there. Relationships that came from a difficult circumstance or a diagnosis that introduced you to something you didn't know. Whatever it is, find what you're grateful for, put that on your list. At least half of your list every day from the hard stuff. This is potentially life-saving. It's certainly life-enhancing, but I know people personally whose lives were saved because they did the gratitude thing. Okay? Connect with it. Is our life really bad? No. Our life is what it is. And it's richly abundant with upsides and downsides. Focus on the upsides. Let's see what we can find. Now let's go to the creation solution. Will things get worse? We don't know. But we have something to do with it. So what if we could counteract that pessimism by intentionally creating something better? And this doesn't take a lot of work. It will take some. Try this. I call it BB8. Better by 8. Better by 8. Is 8 o'clock coming? Oh yeah. Are you going to be around for 8 o'clock? Yeah, probably. You've made it to every 8 o'clock so far. Is there some little thing or big thing, you choose, that you could do between now and 8 o'clock? I'm not talking next week, next month, or next year. 8 o'clock. Is there something you could do to upgrade your life? To improve things, even just a little? How does that feel? We take intentional control over the upgrade, and that will counteract that poisonous pessimism that we've been combating here. Let's team up on this poisonous pandemic of pessimism, shall we? There are resources available to you that will support you on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. It's called Live on Purpose Central, and you can check it out right now. go.liveonpurposecentral.com. Check it out.
Her head was down, face locked onto the phone. And I wished I'd had a number